Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing NFC East Predictions. Of course, we're going to start off with the standings, breakout player, and then MVP of the division. Now let's go first in standings. And before I say anything, I can see any one of these teams winning the division. I can also see any one of these teams finishing last in the division. This is a division that's got so much talent in it and so much unpredictability that it's going to be fun to watch unfold this year. Number 4, currently the Washington Redskins. Case Keenum's not the franchise guy. And if Case Keenum plays the entire season, I don't expect him to finish above third place. That being said, I can see their defense carrying them. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, the Bama boys, as I like to call them, are dominant up front. Secondary is good. Landon Collins, great addition. Josh Norman, not what he once was, but can play the slot. You look at their linebackers. Ryan Kerrigan, they probably the best linebackers, if not second best to Dallas in the division. And look at their own line. Now, without Williams, it's a little bit harder to judge because that team loses a huge player for their roster. But also without him, they're still really good. I mean, if I'm the Redskins, if I'm going to trade him, I'm going to ask for a young offensive lineman in return to play that left tackle position. For example, I call the Patriots and I go like, hey, you want Williams? How about Isaiah Wynn? And go from there. But I like their offensive line. I like the defensive line. I like their linebackers. I like their secondary. I like their running backs. I like Darius Geis. I want to see him get healthy and I want to see him play some football. I think Bryce Love has got a lot of ability at the running back position, as we saw in Stanford. He's going to be a great combo with Geis. Now where I'm unsure at, the quarterback position. I'm unsure if Case Keenum can relive his Minnesota years without Pat Shermer. Don't know why I almost called him Pat Summers. And you look at it, Colt McCoy is not going to blow you away. Still probably the most popular quarterback in Texas, but still not going to blow anyone away. And the wild card, as I like to call it, Dwayne Haskins. Now, I've always been pro senior quarterback. Really, I don't know about Haskins. Haskins has the ability to go out there and sling the ball, but I don't know if I want him to. Maybe week 7, if they're struggling, you send him out there. But until then, I don't see Haskins playing. I rolled Case Keenum and Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy knows the Redskins' offense scheme with Jay Gruden. Case Keenum, he can be serviceable at the quarterback position. He's just not going to blow you away. The receivers, I don't really see them helping out the quarterback too much. They don't really have anybody that blows your mind away. Or you even go like, I don't like that matchup. They're not the best. Now, in third place, I have the New York Giants. Giants, hear me out. Hear me out before everyone's like, oh, they're good, they draft bad, blah, blah, blah. That D-line's going to be scary, Dexter Lawrence. Linebackers, Malik Ogletree. That'll be scary. Secondary, Janoris Jenkins can still play, but Jabril Peppers, never been the biggest fan of, but he's got potential. Secondary will be average. Offensive line, improved. Take Saquon Barkley fantasy football. This O-line is going to be a bunch of road graders for him, and it is going to be fun to watch Saquon play week in, week out. He is dynamic, and that will be great for them. Wide receivers. You lost Odell. You got Golden Tate. Even though he's suspended for the first 4 games, I believe, you still got Sterling Shepard, who is a great wide receiver that no one really gives respect to. Tight end, you got Evan Ingram. Another good tight end. Good option. Quarterback. Now, I've been pro Daniel Jones entering the draft. I am raised my number 1 quarterback. I thought he was better than Haskins. I thought he was better than Kyler Murray. I thought he was better than Drew Lock. That being said, you play Eli Manning. Unless the Giants get eliminated from the playoffs early, unless they're 0-8, 0-9, you don't play him. You do not play Daniel Jones until you're eliminated from the playoffs, and even then, I consider not doing it depending on how your own line's doing. That being said, week 3, I'd love to see get some reps with the ones against other ones. I'd like to see that if I were a Giants fan. Also, if you're a Daniel Jones fan, you kind of want to see him and you want to see how he performs under that. I mean, New York got the Duke kid. Let's see if it's the right Duke kid. Now, second place, I had some issues with this because even though I like this team a lot and I think they got a lot of talent, I don't think they're the best team in this division on just talent wise. That's the Dallas Cowboys. I like Dak Prescott. I do. I think he's worth the money because his contract's up at the right time. Would I pay him that much money? Probably not, but it's what you gotta do to pay a quarterback. Let alone he's been cheap for the past couple years. He kind of earned it. Amari Cooper, be very interesting if he can stay reliable for an entire season. He's been way too inconsistent for the Raiders in the past, and you kind of saw it with Dallas a bit. He needs to stay consistent. O-line, the Cowboys' O-line will always be good. Just don't even question it. Zach Martin, enough said. D-line, it's DeMarcus Lawrence and a bunch of slackers. I don't like their D-line outside DeMarcus Lawrence. Linebackers, now here's what I love. I love Jalen Smith and I love Leighton Vander Esch. Those are two great players. Sean Lee, I don't know if he'll play 10 games a year. Don't know. Really not sold. Secondary, Byron Jones, I like. Xavier Woods can play good. Bunch of just talent. I like Chidobe Awuzie. Hope I'm saying his name right. I like their talent, but I don't think they match up on paper against the Eagles. I think the Eagles have more talent than them, but I do think the Cowboys can make the playoffs even without Ezekiel Elliott. Now let's talk about the first place Eagles. Eagles, in my opinion, have the best quarterback. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in this division when healthy. But notice how I said I think every team can finish first and finish last. The reason why I think the Eagles can finish last is if Carson Wentz goes down, they are weak at the quarterback position. They just signed Josh McCown. Josh McCown, I do like. He's not better than Dak Prescott. He's not better than Eli Manning. He might be better than Case Keenum, but that might be a stretch due to his age, and Case Keenum can produce still. That being said, Carson Wentz stays healthy. This team is in great shape. Running backs, Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, love. Wide receivers, Alshon Jeffries, not the biggest fan of. Nelson Aguilar, not the biggest fan of. But they're good players. Zach Ertz, I love him as a player. Lane Johnson, I don't really care for some of the comments he said about the Patriots last year, but he's a great player. Jason Kelsey, great player. Brandon Brooks, great player. It's scary to think that this division might have 4 top 10 offensive lines. Yes, the Giants improved their offensive line that much in the offseason, in my opinion. This division is loaded, and the Eagles stand above everyone mightily. It is scary how good their line is. Defensive line, Fletcher Cox, Derek Barnett. I know, not what a lot of people think of, but I like him. I like him a lot. Now, a concern for mine with the Eagles is their linebackers. I don't really know that much about them. I know Nigel Bradman, that's around it. I don't know their linebackers that well, but their D-line's good enough that they can eat up the blocks and just let their linebackers roam free. Secondary. Now, there's probably a question the Eagles due to health issues in the past. Not because I think they have lackluster talent there. I question if their secondary can stay healthy. Malcolm Jenkins feels like the only guy I can really rely on the back end to stay healthy throughout the entire season. Ron Darby, he's had his injury issues. Love him as a player. He gets injured way too often. I think they have the talent to go to the Super Bowl again. I do. I really like this Eagles team. But my biggest concern with them is health. I need to see them stay on the field. Now let's talk about my breakout player. My breakout player, and this was really easy for me. Most divisions I've been thinking like, oh my god, I got this guy, I got this guy. This guy just popped in my head easily. Michael Gallup. Cowboys are going to change their offense. They are going to be pro-throw, especially with Zeke threatening to sit out, and he may potentially sit out. They're going to be pro-throw. Kellen Moore from Boise State worked with Peterson. He will work well with Dak Prescott. This is a young coach to watch out for. This could be dynamic this year. Dak Prescott will spread the ball to Randall Cobb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. Those are 3 really good weapons to have. If Amari Cooper is inconsistent like he's been in the past with Oakland, you'll look more to Randall Cobb. You'll look more to Michael Gallup. You'll look to those guys. Michael Gallup is prepared for a big-time year this year. And I'm not going to say he's going to get 1,000 receiving yards. I don't know if he'll get that because I don't know exactly how the Cowboys' offense will go. But he'll have big plays. That's what this offense needs. He'll be the guy to take it over the top, and he'll get you a big play once every 2 weeks. That's Michael Gallup's specialty, and I expect to see that a lot from him this year. Now, the MVP of the division. The MVP is going to go to the best quarterback in the division, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, if can stay healthy, is the best quarterback in this division. That being said, if he does not stay healthy, you might have to look at the guy that could possibly break a rushing record in Saquon Barkley. I'll give Saquon that much credit. He can win MVP of the NFC East. But I'm going to give it to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, he had that MVP-type season a couple years ago, but he got injured. And he proved that he can stay healthy for all 16 games. He did that his rookie year. Just now, it feels like he's trying to do too much. It feels like the Eagles kind of have to simplify things for him so he doesn't overwork. Yeah, it's sad when you have a guy that's working too hard. I know, what an issue. But he's got the receivers. He's got the tight end. He's got the line. He's got the running backs. Carson Wentz has everything to put up the MVP season in the NFL, let alone the NFC East. So, Wentz is my pick. Let's want the Eagles to win the NFC East and the MVP of that division.